Good morning, students. Myself P. Shilpa Chaitanya, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Vignan Snerulla Institute of Technology and Science for Women. Today, we are here to discuss a topic of Introduction to Python Programming. So, before going to the technicalities of Python programming, first of all, we have to know what is Python. What is Python? Can anyone tell what is it Python programming language? What do you mean by Python? Can anyone answer it? Yes. Python is the new era of programming language. It is a new era. It creates a new era in the programming language. So how it creates a new era in the programming language? Let us discuss now in this class. What is Python? Can anyone tell what is Python? Of course, you have already told Python as a new era of programming language. Let us discuss few other things what Python does. Python is a scripting language. Can anyone know what is scripting language? Let us see what is a scripting language. Scripting language is a programming language that is typically written using high-level programming constructs which make easy to learn. Which is nothing but it is also a type of programming language. It also how you write a program in the same way you write a scripting language also. But it will be written in a high level programming constructs and which is easy to learn, which is easy to maintain. So you got a new name, what is scripting. So let us see the discussion of what is a program and what is scripting. Program versus scripting. Program is nothing but program is executed, whereas script is interpreted. Program, it is a source which is first compiled and the result of the compilation is expected here. Whereas scripting, there is no compilation, it will be interpreted. What is program? Program, in general, you can call a program as a sequence of instructions written in a computer to perform a certain task. Whereas script is the code written in a scripting language which uses to control another software application. So, this is the difference between a Python, a program and a script. Let us see some more things about Python. Python is a high-level general-purpose programming language which is used especially for developing a web application. So what type of web applications you are developing? We are developing GUIs. We are developing some games. We are developing so many websites like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc. And it is also designed to be highly readable. How you can say it is highly readable? Because the Python code which you are writing is a simple English language which doesn't require any punctuation marks, any syntactical constructions, and also it doesn't require any protocols. What do you mean by protocol, students? Protocol is nothing but a rule. In all other languages, you need to have some rules. You have to put a semicolon. You have to put a quotation mark. You have to end with the get ch value. All those rules will be there. Whereas in Python, we are not having any rules to guide us. So it is highly readable. Why? Why you need Python? So till now we have seen what is Python. What is Python? Python is a scripting language which in turn have some web application which will run some web applications, and it is very readable because it is written in a simple English language. So why Python? Why not C? Why not Java? Why not CPP? So why especially Python? Let us see. So this can be explained through the features of Python. As we see the top features of Python, then we will get the answer that Python is used in this way. Okay, so we are having some of the features here. We listed out 12 features here. The first feature is easy, second feature is expressive, third feature is free and open source, fourth feature is high level, fifth feature is portable, sixth feature is object oriented, seventh feature is extensible, embeddable, interpreted, large standard library, GUI programming, dynamically typed. These are all some of the features of Python. Let us see each and every feature in detail. Then we will know why we are choosing Python. Why not C? Why not Java? Let us see one by one. So the first one, easy to read. So how can you say it is easy to read? Because it is having clear syntax, which is having simple structure. As we already told you, Python uses common English language which you are using. Means Python scripts have a clear syntax which is not so much complicated. A simple beginner can understand it. So it is very easy to learn and write also. The second feature is it is easy to maintain. How can you say it is easy to maintain? When it is easy to write, when it is easy to understand, then you can guarantee say that it is easy to maintain. So this is easy to write and easy to maintain. Let us move on to the another feature, that is portable. How can you say Python is portable? What do you mean by portability, students? Portable is nothing but we can take anything at anywhere. You can take an object from one place to another place. So how can you say that Python is portable? Means it can run on any operating system, any platform. Here, platform is nothing but operating system. You can write the code in one system and you can run that code in another system. That is, interfacing of all platforms make Python feature as portable. In that way, you can say Python is a portable language. Then, database interfaces. How can you say it is database interfaces? Commercially, we are having so many databases available in our world. So, like Oracle, like SQL, like MySQL, MongoDB, there are so many databases available in the market. So the Python program can be easily embedded, can easily interface with all the databases and get the information from those databases. It is very important feature of Python. Then GUI programming. I have already told you GUI programming is nothing but graphical user interface. Means you're interfacing with the computer in the form of graphics. So graphics is nothing but in the form of buttons, in the form of images, in the form of animations, in the form of games. You are interacting with the user. The system is interacting with the user. So to create the GUI programming, we are using this Python. So to create a GUI programming, it uses some libraries. Those libraries are Tinker, WXPython, Django, etc. So this is a very important feature of Python. Let us see another feature. It is a high level language. I have already told you Python programming is a high level language because you can write the program in Python. You need not to remember the architecture of Python and we need not to maintain the memory. The memory will be automatically allocated and it will be automatically deallocated. So that in that way you can say Python is a high level language. Then it is extensible feature. How can you say it has extensible feature? Because Python's code can be embedded in C. Python code can be embedded in C++. And we can run the Python code in C compiler and CPP compiler also. So the extensible feature, it can extend the C and CPP languages or any other languages. So you can say Python is extensible, it is having extensible feature. The next feature is Python is interpreter. Python interpretation. What do you mean by interpreter? Can anyone say what do you mean by a compiler and what do you mean by an interpreter? Students, can anyone answer what is interpreter? So before going to know what you mean by interpreter, let us see what you mean by a compiler. Compiler is nothing but a source code is converted into mission understandable code. That mission understandable code is nothing but a bytecode. So here, interpreter, you are calling this Python as interpreter, means there is no question of compiling your file. You are just interpreting your file. Means Python is executed by interpretation line by line at a time. The entire program cannot run at a time. If you are compiling your file, you are executing the file, the whole program at a time. Then it means compiling. Here you are interpreting. Means the Python code is executed line by line at a time. Like all other languages, that is C, C++, Java. We will see what is the difference. What is the difference of Java and a Python? Let us see. So there is no compilation of code. And that intermediate code is called a bytecode. That intermediate code is called a bytecode. So let us see. So not compiled like Java, the code is written and then directly executed by the interpreter. So the type commands into interpreter and see the intermediate results. So let us see. Java. How you execute a Java program? So you write the code and you give that code to the compiler. The compiler gives that code to the runtime environment. From runtime environment, it gives you the result to the computer. Whereas in Python, the code is directly given to the interpreter. The interpreter will interpret the code and gives you the result in the computer. So this is the main difference between other languages and Python. It directly interprets the code without any compiler. The next feature is object-oriented feature. As you all know, Java is an object-oriented programming language. In the same way, Python is also object-oriented programming language. So it also encapsulates all the classes, all its code with objects. So and also you can say Python is a beginner language. I have already told you, you can write your code in your own English way. Then you can say that it is a beginner's language. So it's wide range of applications starting from text processing to www browsers, which is nothing but you can process a text and also you can process a browser and also you can process to games. So it has a wide range of applications. So these are some of the features. So again we are having some other features, that is it is interactive. You can actually sit Python Pro and interact with the user. So you can write directly, you can write directly the program of Python in the prompt. So you can say it is interactive. And how you can say it is powerful, means by dynamic typing, by building types and tools which it have, and by having library utilities it have, and it have some third-party utilities like numeric, numpy, scipy, and it is having automatic memory management. So let us see what is this dynamic typing and what is this library utilities. Library standard, large standard library. So Python has large standard library, which is nothing but it is having some predefined functions which you use to run your code. So you don't want to put an extra effort to write the code. It is already available in the library. You can just get that code and run it in your system. In that way, it is used for, it is having standard large library. And you can say it is a dynamically typed language. So how you can say it is dynamically typed language? Usually all other programming language consists of some data types like int, long, double, character, string, etc. But whereas this Python doesn't have any data type, which is nothing but a variable is decided to run in advance. It is having to specify the type of variable. It no need to specify the type of variable, that is integer type of variable or text type of variable or string type of variable. We need not to specify. You can run as usual. Whatever the variable you want to give, you can give it. That's it. No need to specify whether it is an integer or it is a float or it is a string. So these are the some of the features of Python programming. So this is why we need to study Python. So let us see the history of Python. What do you mean by history of Python? History of Python is nothing but who developed Python, what are the versions available in Python. Let us see one by one. So who developed Python? Python is developed by Guru van Rossum in 1980. In late 1980s, the founder of Python is Guru van Rossum. So he published his first version of Python code in 1991 at CWI, Netherlands, Amsterdam. So it is derived from a language called ABC programming language. It is also a general purpose high level programming language which is also developed in CWI. So how the name comes, how this Python names comes means the Guru van Rossum chose the name Python because he is a big fan of Monty Python Flying Circus. So he is a fan of Monty Python Flying Circus. So he chose his name as Python. So he is Guru van Rossum, who is the benevolent dictator for the life of Python. So he says some quotation about the Python programming language, that is, Python is an experiment in how much freedom programmers need. Too much freedom and nobody can read another's code. Too little and expressiveness is endangered. It is a quote which is given by Guru van Rossum. So let us see the Python versions. So we are having so many versions. The first version of Python is Python 1.0. So we are having some 1.0x versions, that is 1.5 and 1.6. Later 2.0 is developed. 2.0 is having so many versions up to 2.7. Then we move on to the third version, that is on 2008. Now latest version we are using is early in 2019 we are using 3.8. Now we are using 3.8.4 version. Okay, let us see that also in this class itself, how to install Python. Then what can I do with Python? So we have seen what is Python and why we need Python and who developed Python. Now the question is, what can I do with Python? So we have already seen the features. Then based on the features, we can frame this question. What can I do with Python? I can do system programming. I can do any type of programming using Python. I can do graphical user interface programming, means gaming. I can do internet scripting by web pages, web page developments. I can do component integration. I can integrate more components. I can do database programming because it is interfaced with all databases. I can do gaming, imaging, XML and robotics, etc. So by using this Python, I can do all these things. Then, who uses Python today? So I have already told you the most of the companies using Python today. You have already know this, the Facebook, the Amazon, YouTube, Instagram, Nokia, Google. So many where you are using in your daily life in your system. Netflix. Nowadays it is more popular because in the lockdown you are used to see more movies in Netflix. It is also developed by Python itself. The Netflix also uses Python itself. Then, why future of Python is bright? How can you say that the future of Python language is bright? By seeing all these things. How can you say that the Python is bright? Python is voted as the most favorite language all the time because it does more things. What are the things that it does? Let us see. So it is downloadably beating the programming languages, all languages. It is beating all other languages. It is developing almost every kind of application in web applications and gaming applications. and numerous programmers are increasingly using this Python programming language. Then it is free, which is available in the market. It is very free and cost effective for business. So one of the feature of Python is open source and it is free. Means its versions, its execution environment will be available for free, which is an open source, which can be freely available in the internet. You can easily download its software and use in your system. You need not to pay anything for that. You need not to get any license for that. So it is very free. It is free and cost effective for business. It is most important feature of Python. Then it supports back-end programming by interfacing with the databases, but it is also used in foreground itself. So it supports cross-platform. I have already told it is a cross-platform language because you can run the code in any operating system. So if you write the code on Mac environment and you can run this code in the Windows. So future technologies, we are having AI is a future technology, big data is a future technology, is incomplete with Python. They are all are using Python programming. So the future technologies like AI and big data are incomplete without using Python programming language. So by this we can say that Python has bright future in upcoming situations. Then let us talk the installation of Python. So as I already told you, Python is a free and open source which is freely available in internet. So let us download the code and we will run the code now. So how you install your Python in Windows? So you have to download the code from www.python.org. You have to install the Python and you have to run the IDE. So let us see how you install Python software. So this is my computer. So let's move on to my computer and check my computer properties. I am checking my computer properties. So my computer properties, my system is a 64-bit operating system. So you can download your Python code either 64-bit or 32-bit. Because my system is 64-bit, I can download either 32-bit or 64-bit. Now, let us type www.python.org. So we are going to the website python.org. Click on welcome.python.org. So here there are downloads, documentation, community, success stories, news, events, etc. So let us download the Python code in download section. So the latest release of downloads is Python 3.8.5. So the latest version available is Python 3.8.5. Let's click on that. So the download already started. The executable file will be downloaded. So we have to see all the releases also. So how many releases are there? When they are released, let us see that. You can download the Python installation here also. Let us see the releases. So here we are having so many releases: 3.8.5, 3.8.3, 3.7, 2.7. All the releases from the 2008 to here now. So you are easily downloaded the 2.8.8. Just double click on that. So here is the installation procedure. So you are having install now, customize installation. You have to add the Python. Click on the add Python 3.8 to path, customize installation. We don't need to have documentation. So remove the documentation. Then come back. Go to install now. So the installation started. All the libraries will be installing here. All the libraries will be installing here like TK support, so Bootstrap, pip installation, all these will be installing here. Bootstrap is installing now. TK module is already installed. So it is a 32-bit. Here you are seeing 32-bit. It's clearly visible. Then the setup was successful. Then my Python software is installed. Let us check the Python code. Type here Python. So you will get the IDLE. You can double click on that. You will get the Python is installed. So let us see a simple commands to run your Python code. So Python shell. When you install your Python, you will get a Python shell, which is that interactive environment of Python to store your files. Let us see that. So it allows to type commands one time at a time and you can see the results. So it is a great way to explore the Python syntax. To use the repetitive commands, we use Alt-P. So this is a Python shell. So we have installed 3.8.5 shell. So it is clearly mentioning 3.8.5 shell. Print. So I have printed a message. Print hello world. So hello world is printed here. So in this way, you have to run your command. Let us see what is that print statement, what is the syntax of print statement, how you are using that print statement and how to run your file. Let us see. Then our first Python program. How will you run your first Python program? Python doesn't have any main method like Java. So it doesn't contain any main method. We don't have any main method to run your program. The program main code is just written directly in a file. You have to write your program in a file. Directly you have to write your program in your interactive environment. So the Python statements do not end with semicolon. It doesn't have any semicolons. I have already told you, a simple English language you can write the code. So there is no question of semicolons here. So this is the Python code, a sample code which is used to print hello world. So print in the double quotes, you have to print your message and you have to save your file as hello.py. Hello is your program name, .py is the extension of Python. So what is print statement? So what is the syntax of this print statement? Let us see. So print everything what you want to print that is given in the double quotes. You have to write a string which you want to print that will be expressed in the double quotes. Next, print empty parenthesis, which is nothing but it is a blank line. Whenever you don't want to print anything, you can give the blank space here. Then escape sequences all as same as Java. If you are having any escape sequences which are used in the Java, that are used here also. And a string can also start with a single quotation. So here you are printing your string using double quotations. You can also print your statement using single quotes also. So in this way, here print in double quotes you are printing the message hello world. Here empty string will be printing. Here using some backslash characters. In the next statement you have given a single quoted string. So you can print a string using a single quote, or you can print a string using double quote, or you doesn't want to print anything, you have to give the blank space. If you want to add any backslashes, you can add. You can add any number of escape sequences which are already seen in your Java programming. So let us see how to run a Python program. So go to Python IDE, double click on it. Just double click on it. So you will get the Python shell here. So here you are writing the scripts, a small code. So here you are having file menu, edit menu, shell, etc. So let us type that. Print in a double quotes. We have to write welcome to Nirula. Welcome to Nirula. End the double quotes. Enter. So you will get an answer. You will get an answer like welcome to Nirula. Let us test another command. Print in double quotes. Welcome to the world of Python. Welcome to the world of Python. Enter double quotes, enter. Enter double quotes, enter. You will get welcome to the world of Python. Let us type an empty string, that is print an empty parenthesis. Nothing is printed here. Let us try with a single quotation. Print single quote. My name is Silva. So single quote, you will get an answer as my name is Shilpa. So in this way you will type the commands. Let us see by giving it in a file. How you run the file. Go to file menu, click on new file, open the new file, type here print in the quotations welcome to world of Python. Welcome to the world of Python. Welcome to the world of Python. So there is no question of semicolon here. Then the second statement, print in the double quotes welcome or print empty parenthesis. Welcome. Next. So there is no question of semicolon here. There is no question of semicolons here. We are not at all using any semicolons. Print Nirula. Print Nirula. So in this way you have to type your code and go to save your file as s.py. Save. So here it is a Python file. It shows the Python file. If you want all files, you can select all files, or else you can have with Python file itself. s.py. Save. So it is saved. Then go to run module or press F5. So you will get the output. That is welcome to the world of Python, empty parenthesis, welcome and Nirula. So in this way you will run your program. So here we have specified a simple print statement and how to run that command and how to print in the form of a file. Then, so today we have seen so many things. What we have discussed till now. Let us have a look into that. So we have discussed what is Python. So I have already told you Python is a new era in the programming language. So it is a scripting language, and we have seen the difference between a program and a script. And it is highly readable language, which is nothing but a simple English language. You can write the program. You need not have any protocols to load your file, isn't it? So we have already seen why we need Python. Why Python? Why not other? So by seeing the features of Python, we say we need Python. Then we have seen who uses Python frequently. Who uses? What are the companies are using Python? And what we do with Python? We can do GUIs, we can do internet scripting, we can do database programming, etc. We can do gaming, etc. And we have seen the installation of Python, how to install your latest version of Python, and how to run a simple statements, a simple commands in the Python by using Python shell. Okay, students. So at last, I want to say something. You can say a Python as a fewer code, which may have many tools and a strong community to make it perfect. I want to say this code because as you learn Python, you know very small amount of codes, and we know many tools, and we have a strong community because you are interacting with so many environments, and to make ourselves perfect and our code perfect. So I want to code this code and I want to end the class. Thank you so much, students, for listening to me.